again, everybody, and welcome to the Airchecks Classic Radio channel here on YouTube. I'm Steve West, and I'm the founder of Airchecks.com, an audio museum where we archive recordings of radio stations. Many of our recordings are of top 40 stations over the years, but we've kind of got all different kinds of formats. Occasionally, I put up something much different, like today. Today I have for you a clip of WNEW, the former radio station at 1130 on the AM dial in New York City. The station was famous for its longtime format of big bands and standards, along with an award-winning news department. One of WNEW's most famous personalities was Jonathan Schwartz. Now, Schwartz began on the WNEW-FM side, playing progressive rock in the late 1960s. But by 1975, he was on the AM side, playing the music that was more near and dear to his heart. So, rather than have me narrate this clip, let's just go right into it. Many thanks to my longest contributor, Matt Craig of Big Apple Airchecks. Matt has donated more Airchecks to the site than anybody else, and he was my very first contributor when we started out back in 2002. He's still sending them in today, so thanks, Matt. Now here's Jonathan Schwartz on WNEW 1130 New York from April 20th, 1975.
Airchecks.com, where classic radio lives.
From the top of the Johns Beach Tower, this is Big Apple Airchecks, New York.
Welcome to a beautiful Sunday morning. On WNEW, this is Jonathan Schwartz. True, that's true. There still are some lonesome cities available to me, and I intend to explore every dreary corner. Hey, we got a beautiful spring morning, the 20th of April, 1975. Absolutely beautiful. And I am Jonathan Schwartz, officially opening the doors to a Sunday of baseball and good music and fine people here at WNEW. This is a new record by Judy Collins that simply is a tribute to Duke Ellington. It's quite wonderful. A song for Duke by Judy Collins. You might wish to purchase this album. The title of the album is Judith. And it's just really exceptional work, in my opinion. Judy Collins. She's just my age. In fact, I think of the small, the infinitesimal contributions I have made and the enormousness of her achievements, and I wince, knowing that she's almost to the day my age. 18 years old. This is from the first album that Nancy Wilson ever made. And that, of course, is a song from South Pacific by Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein. And Nancy Wilson shared that album with Cannonball Adderley. We heard Cannonball on that track. But there are, I think, 5 or 6 instrumental tracks. It's kind of half and half. WNEW in New York. It's a splendid Sunday morning. Windy and cooler today. It's sunny. With a high this afternoon between 55 and 60. Clear and cool tonight with a low 40 to 45. Sunnier and a little milder tomorrow, the high around 60. At the moment, it's 49 degrees. And I can't imagine a more beautiful Sunday morning. The Ramsey Players spring production of Send Me No Flowers will be presented Saturday the 26th of April at the Ramsey Dance Academy and Cultural Arts Center, 46 North Central Avenue in Ramsey, in New Jersey. Curtain time, 8:30. For ticket information, call 201 area code 825-1324. My excellent friend Joe Raposo has written a number of wonderful songs, many of which we all know. I guess his most famous song is one of the Sesame Street songs. He's written God knows how many songs for Sesame Street, but this one emerged as an American standard. It's simply called Sing. And this is Arthur Fiedler and the Boston Pops Orchestra and Joe's own arrangement. This is the composer speaking. Now remember that Joe wrote both words and music, and here we're only going to hear the music. But this, in essence, is Joe, the composer, speaking. This is how he hears his own song. Sing. That's Joe's arrangement for the Boston Pops Orchestra, conducted by Arthur Fiedler. Last Monday's my day off. It's the only day I don't do a radio program. These radio programs go on and on, one after the other, down through the vast corridors of time. Is there no ending? But Mondays there is. And last Monday I spent splitting 4 bottles of champagne with Joe, and after I think the third and a half, Joe played this song and sang it as a torch song. And I'd like to tell you that it was beautiful. He's one of the best pianists I've ever heard. Really. Ranks right up there with anyone I've ever admired. But I kind of imagine that Gerald Ford as a pianist would rank right up there with anyone I've ever admired after 3.5 bottles of champagne. Monday morning, I'm Jonathan Schwartz. Basie and Billy Eckstein. Where in the world? And Billy Eckstein, Count Basie. I want and need a little girl. WNEW in New York, Jonathan Schwartz, early on a beautiful Sunday morning. This is Morgana King. Rudiman. I mean, why shouldn't we? I mean, come on, let's think about it seriously. From the one album Sinatra made with Johnny Mandel, and Harold Arlen, Ted Koehler's song, Let's Fall in Love. Hello there again, Jonathan Schwartz. April 20th, 1975. There was a Hugh Wheeler play a number of years ago. Colin Wilcox appeared in it. Do you recall it? It was called Look, We've Come Through. It didn't have much of a success, but I recall loving it. It was a very touching play. And that's the way I feel this morning. Look, we've come through. This far, we can make it further. We are here on the 20th of April, 1975, and it's a spectacularly beautiful morning in New York. And look, we've come through. Here are Brewer and Shipley, and a song that was a big hit a couple of years ago called One Toke Over the Line. What a merry little song that is. Musically, it's just really well constructed. Brewer and Shipley talking about marijuana, among other things. One toke over the line. I have been told, just as I understand, I've just been told, mind you, that very important things are said. Important things are spoken while inhaling marijuana. I mean, like, for example, I gotta get out of this marriage. You know what I mean? Or, I'm leaving my job Wednesday. I don't know. I've just picked that up, mind you. Just people seem to feel that way. I wouldn't know. This is WNEW in New York. It's Sunday morning. We're all familiar with the song Ta-ra-ra boom de, are we not? Ta-ra-ra boom de, ta-ra-ra boom de. Well, now here is Georgia Brown. You recall Georgia from, among other things, Oliver. She sang, As Long As He Needs Me. And she's a beautiful actress and of course, a wonderful singer. Well, she takes a different approach to Ta-ra-ra boom de. She makes the song about an aging woman of the streets who was forced to, for a living, to cavort for her ex-customers inside a smoky beer hall. She presents a kind of a mad bravura, which covers up a soul of pain and a soul of hopelessness. And with that in mind, listen to Georgia Brown, Tarara Boom-Die. It's a very moving record, is it not? Georgia Brown, Tarara Boom-Die. I'm trying to think of a way to introduce this next recording. A way that is special, a way that is positive, a way that is totally original. I can't find any way. So I'm simply going to have to say, Richard Burton.
It's true. It's true. The Crown has made it clear. The climate must be perfect all the year.
Camelot. Richard Burton. Now here is the man who wrote those lyrics and who wrote that libretto. One of the most brilliant men who ever contributed to the musical theater, Alan Jay Lerner, who has made very few recordings of himself singing. This is one of them. This is a song he wrote with his collaborator, Frederick Lowe, for Brigadoon. The pianist is Billy Taylor, who worked here at WNEW and did one of the nicest evening programs I can ever recall. I think he was on from 7 to 11 a number of years ago. Billy Taylor at the piano and Alan Jay Lerner. And There But For You Go I.
This is hard to say, but as I wandered through the Lee, I felt for just a fleeting moment that I suddenly was free of being lonely. Go
Pretty song. There But For You Go I. That was Alan Jay Lerner. And I am Jonathan Schwartz. It is, at this very moment, 53 degrees. It is perfectly beautiful, and it's a Sunday. So what do you have to worry about? Thank you, sir. Today is a very historic day for WNEW. Now, I've been listening to this station and participating in its programming, I would have to say, for 25 years. And today will mark the day of the longest sports event ever broadcast on this station. A baseball doubleheader, the Mets and Cubs, beginning at 12:50 with a warm-up program, continuing on until the end of 2 baseball games. Easily the longest sports event ever broadcast by WNEW, Metro Media in New York. A historic day. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Carly Simon. Lyrics by Jacob Brackman. The Song of the Spring. Attitude Dancing.
Big Apple Airchecks is your full-service Aircheck source.
Airchecks.com, where classic radio lives.